YouTube, what's going on? Appreciate y'all watching my videos. What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, so I'm doing another video again on, retirement stuff because I don't know. I just feel like the need to do another video, you know. Is this mic working? YouTube, what's going on? Appreciate y'all watching my videos. What's going on? What's going on? What is this? What's going on, man? Eugene, what's going on? Wait for a couple more people to come in. What's going on? YouTube. What's this? This is like, a couple videos I've been making to share my experience when it comes to building a retirement plan and stuff like that. So in this video, I'm gonna be talking about just a plain Jane retirement plan. Now, in my first video, I talked about some random stuff. A second video I did yesterday, I was talking about, I forgot what I was talking about. I was just looking up some random funds, and I was just looking up some stuff, and so I figured I'll share some of that, some of my experience with doing some of this stuff. Maybe it'll help some guys, build a retirement plan. So, like I said in the first video, I bump into guys all over the place. I bump into guys, a lot of guys, they don't have a retirement plan. And then I bump into some guys, they got it all together. I bump into some guys, they got it together, man. Like I'm jealous. Like I bump into some guys, man, they got real estate, they got a trucking business, they got a 10 truck fleet. They got other businesses outside of trucking. They got a barber shop. They got a wing spot. They got a laundromat. I met this one guy. He had a towing business. He got a little small fleet. I think he said he got about 4 trucks or something like that, and he got a towing business. He got a retirement plan going, man. He got, you start talking to these guys. I mean, they inspire me, man. I'm like, okay, I need to be talking to you. I need to be talking to you about, getting your life together. You know what I'm saying? So, but this video here, I'm not really talking about trucking, but this video here is mostly talking to guys who nervous, who on the fence about investing. Because I know I've been talking to guys. Some guys just outright nervous when it comes to just putting their money into things, and they don't trust it. Or I be talking to guys, maybe they just never got around it or whatever the case. But this is serious, man. Having a retirement plan is serious as a heart attack. It's straight up serious. What's cracking? For bring you here. You in Olive Branch? Yeah, I know where Olive Branch at. That's in Memphis. That's just south of Memphis, right there on US 78, I-22. That's right there. That's right there out of Memphis. I run that lane sometimes, as a matter of fact. It's one of my favorite lanes. That Memphis lane, it's a great lane. Some good paying freight come out of there. Some of the best loads, in the Southeast come out of Memphis. Matter of fact, I love that Memphis lane. But so but this video here, I'm just gonna talk about. I mean, I don't know everything when it comes to investing and stuff, but I mean, because I be talking to guys and like, I don't want guys to think that just having a basic plain Jane retirement plan is out of their reach. It's not that complicated. Now, in my last video, I talked about a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. Young Marty said you paid off your truck. No, I didn't pay my truck off. It's just a business decision. It's you know, it's a business decision. Like I talk to guys and like they say pay the truck off, but I mean yeah you want to pay it off, but you want to pay it off at a certain pace. You know what I mean? So what I did was my truck I got from Snyder and I refinanced it. I refinanced my truck. And you go back in all my videos and I talk about it. I got a whole bunch of videos talking about my adventure, paying off my truck. So the truck is kind of sort of paid off. Like basically I refinanced it. So I bought the truck from Snyder Finance and the truck is financed through a bank. I got a 36-month loan on it, and I paid $1,200 a month on it. So that's how I got that. I paid 30. It was like 33,000 or something like that. I basically bought the truck, and so the truck is titled in my business name. It's titled in Georgia. I had to pay the ad valorem tax on it. When I transferred the title from Snyder Finance from the Indiana title to Georgia title, I had to pay a $1,900 ad valorem tax on it. So it was like $1,900 plus the $33,000 for the truck, and I paid the bank for the truck. So that's and so I rather have a smaller truck payment, and that's how I roll. And so some guys be like, man, pay the truck off, but then I'm like, nah, I rather keep the cash in the bank for situations like this, like you got Corona and all that good stuff running around, and yeah, I mean, I'm the kind of guy. I'm a financial kind of guy that looks at it like that, and so eventually the truck gonna get paid off, but at the moment I don't believe in dumping that cash in the truck right at the moment, because I believe in going at a certain pace that you should pay commercial equipment off, and so having those deductions and having the cash in the bank and running the business like a business, that just makes sense to me to do that. So so instead of just dropping 30 grand on the truck and then being broke, then that don't make sense to me. I rather keep the cash in the bank, keep a low truck payment, have some kind of deduction or what have you. And I mean, some guys gonna disagree, but I'm not talking about, because the truck payment only $1,200. It's just $1,200. That's I mean, you can run one load and pay the truck payment. That's nothing. And so, but anyway, G Star said I finally rolled paid off a truck. Okay. It's really good. It's $1,500 to go home. Yeah, it is good. I mean, I felt a breath of fresh air when I got out from under that Snyder Finance lease, because now I've been paying my truck payment on a monthly payment. It's different. You know, you don't have them heavy expenses like every week. You just pay one payment for the month and you can just chill. You know, all you got is just fuel. And so you pay fuel on a weekly basis. You pay fuel as you go. But truck payments, insurance, you pay that monthly, and it's just a better way to run a business, you know, on monthly payments and stuff. But not everybody can do that, you know. So, you know, when you're talking about expensive equipment to start a business, you know, $100,000 worth of equipment, you know, sometimes, you know, not everybody can do that, you know. So that's just my opinion. Big Face, what's going on? But anyway, so let me get back to this to this retirement stuff. But anyway, so this video, I'm just gonna talk about a plain Jane retirement plan. Plain Jane retirement plan. And so, you know, for guys, I know I talk to guys, like I said, they don't have retirement plans. So, from my experience messing around with retirement stuff, and like, you know, like I said, I talk to guys, and like, you know, they unsure, they you know, a little nervous about, you know, putting their money into something. But I mean, like I said in the last video, let me go on here. Let me go on here. I'm gonna pull up my compound interest calculator, okay? And okay, let me shrink my screen. Let me move this over here so y'all can see. All right, so when we talking about retiring, all right, so I don't know, many of you guys, you know, we in trucking, right? So this video is for my truck drivers. I mean, this video can be for anybody, but this is specifically for my truck drivers. I'm a truck driver. You know, I've been a truck driver since 2007, and that's just what it is. So, if you starting out and you say you 30 years old, you 40 years old, all right. If you 40 years old, that means you got about 15 to 20 good years. Let's say 15 good solid years to work. Okay, if you 40. I mean, you can do 20, but 55, you want to be on your way out the truck by that point. You want to be dialing it back. You know, you want to be running hard, but you want to be dialing it back at about 55. I say, this is my opinion. You know, so about 15 to 20 years. But we can play with the numbers, okay? Say you watching my videos and you 40 right now. Okay, initial investment, that's gonna be zero. Okay, and say you 40 right now, and you looking at your budget, and the only amount of money that you can find in your budget that's like available cash in your budget is $500 a month. That's all you can find. Okay, and like I said, you got about 15 to 20 more years of employment life left. Okay, you know, at 60 years old, you don't want to be climbing in no doggone truck. I bump into a lot of guys that's 60, 65 years old. You have no business in no truck at 60. Now, if you want to just, like, if you want to, like, climb, if you got a truck that's paid off, truck and trailer paid off, and you just want to run a load once a month, cool. Because you just enjoy driving on the road. You love trucking. You just enjoy the road. You just want to get out the house. Cool. But at 60, 65 years old, you trucking shouldn't be your sole source of income. Okay? Trucking shouldn't be your sole source of income. And so, you know, like I said, you got about 15 to 20 years of good working life. Yeah. So let's do about 20 years. All right, 20 years. That's about what you got right there. Okay, that's about what you got left. You can get in you can run in the truck till you 70, but I know I ain't gonna be wanting to get in no truck at 70 years old. I already got a plan down. I'm like, man, 55, I'm done, man. I want to be winding it down at 55. That's just me. 55, I want to be done. You know, 54, 56, 57 years old, I want to be winding it down. So maybe even before that, because I'm always exploring different business ventures. But I'm talking about hard working life where I gotta punch a clock, 9 to 5, grind and grind and grind. I want to get out the grind. I want to get out the rat race about 55 years old. 60 the max. 56, 57, 60 at the max. So if that's the case, we got 20 years to go. $500 a month. You can really bump that up to 1,000 because all the junk we be buying, the chargers and all the cable TV, 1,000 channel cable TV. Turn that cable off, man. You don't need 1,000 channels on your cable TV. Buy some books, man. Turn that cable off. It's a lot of ways to save money. You can find this money somewhere. $500 in your budget, we should be able to find it. We should be able to find it. Get rid of that expensive car in the driveway. You don't drive it nowhere. You on the road all the time. Get rid of it. You don't need that. So we can easily find $500 in our budget. All right. So down here where it says the interest rate right here, the interest rate that comes from the stock market, because I'm gonna be talking about investing in the stock market here in a minute. So, and when we talking about investing in the stock market, the stock market historically has done about 10, 11, 12, 13, 14% over the last, 100 years. Okay. Let me go on here. Let me see. Let me type it in. Stock market historical. Let's just see. Let's see. Rate of return. All right. So, according to Google, if you look right here, the S&P 500 index originally began in 1926. The composite index comprised of 90 stocks. If you read right here, it says 1926 to 2008, the stock market has averaged about 10, 11%. The average annual return since, over 500 stocks since 1957 has been roughly about 8%. So we pretty much talking about guaranteed money. All right. You're looking at historical returns. It's pretty much guaranteed. It's guaranteed, man. It's guaranteed. It's pretty much guaranteed. So if we know that, right? If we know the stock market is guaranteed is the average historical rate of return is about, let's just put 11% rate of return. I'm gonna put semi-annually. We can pretty much say we can get 10%, 11, 12% on our money, right? Trucker 202 said 7 or 8%. Well, it just depends on what you invest in. But in this video, I want to dumb it down for guys. I want to just make it easy, because I just want to make sure guys understand how easy this thing is, and they need to be putting back some money in the 401k plan or something, or a Roth IRA or something like that. So, see if you can see it right here. In 20 years, you have $409,000. Now, if you look right here, if you look, right here, it shows like this graph right here kind of shows the if you look at that green right there where it says total contributions, that's the amount of money you put in. So if you put in $500 a month for the next 20 years, you have $400,000, where you only put in $120,000. $120,000 that's the amount of money you put in. All the other money is just growth and profit and interest and whatnot. So, I mean, me personally, I'm just gonna be honest with you. You're leaving money on the table. You're just leaving money on the table. That's just what it is. You call it what it is. You're leaving money on the table. All right. And so, if you open up an IRA account, okay. Now I'm not trying to sell y'all nothing. I don't care what kind of brokerage account you open up. Fidelity Investments, T. Rowe Price, Vanguard, E-Trade, TD, Ameritrade, Fidelity, your local bank. I don't care. I don't get no kickbacks. I just need y'all to start saving for retirement. That's all I'm saying. Brandon from 757, E25. See, if you do what I'm telling you, even if you do just a little bit of what I'm telling you, you will have $1 million in the bank when it's time to retire. If you do this. He said he liked Fidelity Investments. Okay, cool. Go on. All you got to do. Let me go on here. Fidelity. Okay. All you got to do is go on here on Fidelity website. Let's see. Go on to here and click on investment products. And you click on a Roth IRA. Okay, don't get a traditional. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time playing around with a traditional. Don't mess with that. Don't mess with no traditional IRA, because both a Roth and a traditional IRA, they both let you contribute a max of $6,000. Okay, they both. Hold on. All right, so both a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA, they both, your max contribution in a tax year, they both max out at $6,000. Okay, that's just what it is. They both max out at $6,000. But the difference is with a Roth, all the growth, what you do is you pay taxes before you put the money in there. So all the growth that's compounded in the account, you don't have to pay taxes on it when it's time to draw the money out. Okay. And so with a traditional, you put the money in there and you don't pay no taxes when you put it in there, but you pay the taxes when you take it out. That's stupid, because if you look at this number here, this number, that 120,000 right there, that's your money. I'd rather pay taxes on the 120, not the 409. So it's best to open up a Roth. That's what you do. You open up this Roth. You can open up the account right here while you're watching my video. Open up the Roth account. Fill out the information. Put your name in there, your social security, ask some couple questions. Boom. Just like open a doggone Facebook account. Okay, easy. And you go in there and you buy your retirement stuff. And so you buy the stuff inside the Roth IRA. Okay, and so every time you get paid, I don't know if you're a company driver or you got your own truck. Every week, you put money in there. You just look at your budget and say, okay, I want to save. Well, with the Roth, you only get 6,000 a year. So 6,000 a year divided by 12, divided by 4, you got to put $125 a week in there. Okay, so you can afford $125 a week, man. Come on, y'all can afford this. $125 a week is nothing. Y'all spend $125 a week at the doggone truck stop. Come on now. So you go in there and you buy some mutual funds. You buy some index funds. So today I'm gonna talk about index funds because index funds is little to no risk in them. You don't really have to think about it. They're easy. So, let me pull up my account. Okay. So it's just that easy, man. It's just that doggone easy. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you can double this, okay? It don't have to be 500, but I'm using 500 just to show because I know some guys, they kind of skeptical about it. They nervous. We can bump this thing up to 1,000, okay? Bump this thing up to 1,000 and see what we get. See, if you bump it up to 1,000 in retirement, you would have 819,000. Okay. Now, this gonna sound like I'm going in circles because I already talked about this in the first video, but I'm talking about it again. So if you got 819,000 in your brokerage account, because at 59 you get to draw it out. Okay, that's when you get to draw it out. Until you turn 59, you just putting it in there. But when you turn 59, hold on, I forgot I got my I got my picture right here. I got my camera right here. So I'm gonna put the calculator right here. Okay, so you got $819,000 inside your retirement account, right? Your account is making 11% rate of return. So what you want to do is, since this is a Roth IRA and you already paid taxes, you can go ahead and you don't have to worry about paying taxes. You can take a draw. If your account is making 11%, you can take a draw about, let's say you take a draw about 9%. So I'm gonna multiply 800,000 times 9%. And so you can draw $73,000 a year. And if you draw that, you would never touch that 800,000. You just be living off the interest that the $800,000 is making. And you divide that by 12, that's $6,100 a month, man. That's $6,100 a month, man. And then if you get $6,100 a month from your IRA plus Social Security, say you get another $1,100 from Social Security plus $1,100. If Social Security still be around, because I don't know, Social Security may not be around, but say if it's still around, that's $7,200 at 60. That sounds like a plan to me, man. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan to me. That sounds like a plan. $7,200 a month. Okay, my bills at my house ain't that high, and so when I'm 60 some years, I hope my bills shouldn't be that high at 62, at 60 some years old. So right now, I say total all my bills probably is like maybe 1,600 a month. Minus 1,600. You still got $5,600 a month. You see what I'm saying? Like, even if you 60 years old and you still got a house payment, I hope some of you guys own your house where by the time you get to retirement 60 years old, you have a paid for a house. So say if you got to pay for a house, now you're not paying no mortgage. You get what I'm saying? All you paying is light bill, water, property taxes, car insurance, and maybe a few medical bills because you owe, so you might have to buy some prescriptions. You might have to pay, a high healthcare bill or something like that. But still, as an old man making $5,000-6,000 a month, you ain't working, man. You just checking your brokerage account, man. You're like, okay, we looking good, and that's just what it is. Easy. But we just got to do it. We got to do it. $500 to $1,000 a month. That's it. You just got to do it. And so, $10K a month. Yeah, that's a good number. Yeah, $10K a month. Because I know, like, I want to have about 15 properties by the time I retire. Okay, I want to have about 15 properties. I want to have at least $1 million in my retirement account. And so you put that all together. Let me see. You put that together. Each property bringing $800 a month in rent. That's just with the current market, the current rent market. But I'm being real conservative with these numbers. Okay, $800 a month in rent. Well, say after expenses, I net $500 a month after expenses, after property insurance and property taxes and stuff like that. Net NOI per property is $500 a month. You got 15 properties. All right, that's $7,500 a month plus. Say you got $1 million. Say you got $1 million in your retirement account times, and you take a 8% draw, because we got Roth IRAs. Okay, we ain't getting in traditionals, because if you get a traditional, you got to pay them taxes on the money when you draw it. But when you got a Roth IRA, you're not paying no taxes when you draw it. So we can take a higher draw on our brokerage account. So we doing 8% draw. That's 80,000 divided by 12. Okay, plus what was the other number I had? Plus the 70. What I said, 7,500, 70. Man, shoot, that's $14,000 a month in retirement. That's my plan. And if I'm half wrong, I'm coming in at $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 a month. I mean, that's my plan. That's just the plan. And so, you want to buy an apartment complex? Yeah, I mean, you can do it, but it's just we just got to have a plan. And it's just, we start with these small numbers and work up to it. You know what I'm saying? You just don't go out in one whop and just do it. You got to work up to it. You know what I'm saying? And so how do you do it? Okay, well, you open up a brokerage account like Fidelity. Okay, you got Fidelity. Everybody got brokerage accounts. T. Rowe Price. You got T. Rowe Price. Okay. They got stuff too. Okay. You got T. Rowe Price. You come on here and get you a Roth IRA. Now you can come on T Rowe Price and get you a individual 401k, which is best because you can put more money back. The individual 401k for self-employed people is the best thing out here. You can put back $57,000. They call it the solo 401k. It's the best one out here. Now you don't have to get it from T Rowe Price, but I'm just showing you. See here, maximum contributions. You can put back You can put back $56,000 a year. That's ridiculous. Let's go back to our calculator. $56,000 a year, man. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, man. Them ridiculous numbers. Okay. I'm about to jizz in my pants, man. Okay, you putting $56,000 a year. Okay, that's $4,000 a month. Okay, now that may not be too realistic, but you can do it. Because I mean, we in trucking. I mean, we making $100,000. You got to pay for a truck and trailer. You making 15, 20 grand a month. You can we as truck drivers can put back $4,000 a month. We can do it if you get out there and just run. You got to have goals. You got to have you got to have this plan. You got to have everything planned out. So okay, you know what, man? I can have $1 million in 10 years. Okay, I can have $1 million in 10 years straight up. So 56 divided by 12, that's 4,600. Let's play with these numbers, man. 4,600, 20 years at 11%. 11% is conservative rate. I mean, you can get rate of 15, 16% on mutual funds out here, but that's conservative rate. 11%, like I just showed y'all, right here, the historic average of the stock market is 10 to 11%. Okay. Okay, so if we know that and we put that in here, we can pretty much give ourselves an idea of what kind of numbers we're gonna be looking at in retirement, right? So we calculate that, man. Look at all that money, man. That's $3 million. I mean, hell, if you dial it back to like 10, you can have $1 million in 10 years. Okay, you'll be at that truck. I mean, if I would have done this in 10 years, if I would have known what I known, shit, 10, 11, 12 years ago, I would have done this. Okay, I would have done this, and like, oh man, that's just crazy looking at them kind of numbers like that. That's just crazy. But it is what it is. Here we are. So how do we do it? Well, I mean, like I said, I was going to show y'all how to get into, I was going to show y'all how to get some plain Jane mutual funds, right? Some plain Jane mutual funds. I was going to show y'all some plain Jane mutual funds. And you can do it. I mean, you don't have to be too sophisticated. It's just, if you can find like some index funds, I'm gonna try to find some plain old index funds, low risk. You don't have to worry about the market crashing. These are plain Jane index funds. I know an index fund right off the top of my head. You got SPY. That's a popular index fund. SPY. It's a large blend. It's $300 a share right now. The distribution yield is 1.99%. Let's see. They got a 1.99% distribution yield, and they pay out quarterly. So when you looking at your investment, when you're trying to calculate your investment, you're trying to get an idea. And when this right here, compound, hold on. Gotta move my picture back over. Okay, so when they ask you the compound frequency right here, semi-annually, daily, right here. That's what this is right here. That's what this right here, compound frequency. A quarterly payout is good because that means when you buy an index fund or when you buy a mutual fund, it's gonna have some check boxes right there. Do you want to reinvest the dividends and the payouts or whatever? You check yes, because every time they have a payout right here, this right here, the payout frequency, every time they pay that 1.9%, that's a paycheck. You don't want the money to come to you in the mail. You don't want that. You want the money to go back into the account so that the money, that new money, makes some more money. And so that's how you get. That's how this whole thing works. That's how this whole thing works right here. Okay, that 900,000 right there. That's how this game works. That's how wealth is made. That's how wealth is made. So without even looking at all this stuff right here, all these numbers, because I know guys, they get threatened by all these numbers. I don't know what none of this stuff mean. Okay, cool, but you can pretty much you know the difference between a big number and a small number. Okay, shoot, you know the difference between a big number and a small number. So this number right here, you basically want this number to be big as possible. You try to find the biggest number, and you want the inception date. The inception date is like when the mutual fund or the index fund was started. So you want this to be as old as you can get it, because that tells you more information about the mutual fund or the index. And so this number right here, you want that the highest number possible. You know, whatever you can get, 10, 11, 12% rate of return. And you know, I like to mess with mutual funds that's at least 10 years old, 15, 20 or so, 30 years. The older the better, because you know, you can predict it a little bit better. It's much more stable. You know it's gonna be there. You don't have to worry about your money disappearing. You know, you don't have to worry about risking your money too much. The turnover is real low, 3%, man. That's a hell of a turnover rate, man. And so index fund is pretty much a buy and hold. This is what people are buying, to buy and hold. And so when you think about a big company or something like that, government agencies, government employees, state workers, local workers, federal employees, this is what they're buying into, index funds. They're buying into these. Okay, that's what they're buying in, is these index funds. So if you know that that's what everybody is doing, the big institutions are doing this, the banks are doing it, the Bank of America, the employee pension plan, they buy these index funds. That's what they're buying. Okay. And so inside these funds, you're going to have everyday American companies in here. You're going to have everyday American companies. This is diversified across the board. They got IT. They got consumer discretionaries in there. They got healthcare. They got financials. These index funds are diversified, man. It's got a good mix of different companies, industrial companies. So you got SPY. It's some more. Some Vanguards out there. Let me see. Vanguard. Let me see. You go a Vanguard. So you got a Vanguard S&P 500. This one 283 a share. This one got a distribution yield of 1.9%. Expense ratio is dumb cheap. The expense ratio is just the maintenance on the mutual fund, on the index fund. So you know these mutual funds, they got to pay somebody to run these. Their costs to running these funds, and that's what that number is. And so you got the expense ratio, and then you got the 12B1 fees. Those are the fees that the administrative costs of running these mutual funds and stuff like that. So that's what that number is. See, this number here is actually higher. This is 12%. So you can see what's in there. It's got information, technology. 30% consumer discretionaries. It's got healthcare, financials. It's a good fund. So you got Procter and Gamble in here, Berkshire Hathaway in here, Johnson and Johnson in here, Google, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, all everyday American companies. You know they ain't going nowhere. So this is what people are buying right here. The Vanguard's S&P 500s. That's what folk are buying. The big companies. So the retirement plans, pension plans, that's how they're generating the money to be able to pay people in retirement. If you work for a school district or the fire department or something like that, and you got a pension plan, that's what they're buying right here. That's what they're the retirement, the department that handles the pension plans and stuff like that. That's what they're buying this right here. Okay, index funds. Let me see here. So when you looking for good stable funds, I'm talking about index funds right now. So because index funds, they're more predictable, they're stable, and they're more stable. So you're gonna find more people catering to a index fund. And so when you building a portfolio, you can probably buy 2 or 3 of these. Okay, you want to buy one in a large growth, mid cap, and small cap, and that's about it. And you good. You buy one from each category. So you will go through. You can go through the large growth, and remember what I said. You want the inception date to be as old as possible, so you can just do a sort. Okay. I don't want no fund that's just open. Okay, that's too young. I want one that's old. Okay, let's see if I can find one. Okay, it's 57 of them, so it should be one. I'm sure there gotta be one that's older than 1999. It's gotta be one older than 1999. But we for the sake of this video, the sake of discussion, I'm not trying to make this too complicated, but saving for retirement is not that hard. So this one here makes 7%. That rate is a little low, but for the sake of this video, you can buy it and you can save for retirement, man. You can buy this one. This one's QQQ, large growth. I don't like the rate of return on it though. For what, that's 99. That's 20 years. Okay, that's 21 years. So, me personally, I would look around, but I'm not trying to make it too complicated because a lot of guys may find it complicated. But let's see if I can find something else. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Rate of return. Okay, let me modify this. Let's see. And so when you open up your brokerage account, you're gonna get a screener. This is a fund screener. This is my Charles Schwab account. So, let me see. I want to look at what I want to look at. I'm trying to figure out something here. Okay, leverage. I want to look at performance. Let me see. I want to look at annual. This ain't giving me nothing. Let me see. Small cap. We just looking for plain Jane mutual, not mutual fund, but index funds. Plain Jane funds, man. Nothing complicated. Underlying index. Fund family, fund type. Okay, I don't want that. Fund family. Total inception date. I want that inception date. And I want, let's do that. I want funds greater than 10 years. And I want turnover. I want rate of return. 10-year return. Let's do, I'm going to do that for 10-year. Okay, I don't want to make it too complicated. So we got one. One. Okay, between 10 and 25% rate of return greater than 10 years. That's narrowing it down for us so we can have something to look at. Okay. Let's see what we got. Inception date. Okay, you got QQQ making 17%. You got this Fidelity. Okay, I'm gonna click these. We're just gonna make this simple as possible. We ain't gonna, make it too complicated. Okay. All right, so we're just gonna go through and just find a mutual fund with the highest rate of return. We want the best bang for our buck here. Okay, it's just simple as that. And so, I mean, tell you the truth, all of these is good. We ain't gonna make it too complicated. You can buy 2 or 3 of these from each. We can buy 2 or 3 of these from each category. I buy one from growth. I buy one of these from growth, and then buy one from mid cap and buy one from small cap, and that'll be it. That's it. Done. You put these in there and just put your paycheck in there and be done with it, man. And just be done with it. Make it that complicated. Okay, I'm gonna sort through here. I'm gonna try to find one of the best rate of return. Okay, let's see. I guess I gotta go to performance. Since inception, okay, 2003, 7%, 11%. You know what? I'm gonna get this one right here. This iShares Russell, this iShares Russell top 200 right here. I will go with this one. We won't make it too complicated. If you're just trying to build a quick portfolio, not making it too complicated. Because index funds, you really can't go wrong. Since 2009, this thing has made 13-14% rate of return. I would go with this one. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna write this one down. Tell you the truth. I'm gonna write this one down. Tell you the truth. I think I already got this in my watch list already. I might already have this in my watch list. But anyway, I got a bunch of watch lists. But for the sake of this video, man, I would get this one. I would get this one. IWY, straight up. I would buy that one. And so after we done that, just gonna make this quick and dirty, man. I want to be here all night, And so I would buy IWY, iShares Russell Top 200. I'll buy that. It's an index. Easy. Done. Okay. And then I'll go back to that screener. Okay, I'll go back here and I'll buy another one out the mid cap. Because you want to have a good mix. You want to have a good mix. So, I mean, hell, tell you the truth, you can just buy one of them. Just buy one and just pile your money up in there. And that's it, man. And so you want to strive for this number right here. That's just straight up, man. That's just straight up. You want to strive for that number right there. But I'm gonna modify this. I'm gonna do Inception Date. I want to find mutual funds that's old, okay, and I want the performance to be at least 10 years. That's what I want. All right, so I want funds greater than 10 years. I want funds older than 10 years. Okay, they don't have none. Okay, and I want funds at least 15%. I'm looking for the highest rate of return I can. That's just it. So these are mid cap growth funds. Okay, 2001. That's it right there. Yep. I will buy this one. I ain't gonna take too long. I'm just gonna buy this one straight up. I'll buy it just to look at these numbers at a glance. I'm not even gonna. The expense ratio 0.24. That's good. That's real good. Since inception, this fund has made 7%. The rate of return is a little low, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, I ain't gonna make it too complicated. I would shop around, but you know, I ain't gonna make it too complicated. Not too complicated. So I'm not gonna make it too complicated. And what else? Inception Date 2000. Okay. 2000. This thing reset my search criteria. Damn, I gotta go in and redo my search criteria. Let's see. Inception Date, performance, 10 year, done. It ain't that complicated. Greater than 10 years, boom. All right, now we back where we was. Okay, this one do 12%. Let me look at this one. JKH. This is an ETF fund. Okay, 0.3%. 0.3%. Turnover, 30%. 9% rate of return. I mean, that's just what it is, man. I get that. I would buy that. Let's see, they got 50% in discretionaries. They got 30% in real estate, 70% in healthcare, 25% in information technology, healthcare. This is a good, well-rounded fund, man. This is a good, well-rounded fund. These companies I never seen before. Square Inc. Let's see. SBA Communications. Yeah, companies I never seen before. But this is a mid-cap. So these are medium capitalized companies. These are mid-growth caps. They're probably going to be companies you never heard before. And so then I'll go back and I'll look for some companies that's in the I'll go back and look for companies in the small growth companies. And if you buy some stuff now, you can find some stuff on sale. Tell you the truth. So I'm gonna go in here, do my sort, set up my criteria. I'm gonna do fund performance. I'm gonna do at least 10 years. I want to see data. I want to see information that go back 10, 20, 30 years so I can get a good understanding of the performance of the fund. So let's see, greater than 10 years. Okay. We only got 5 funds here. Okay. Let's see, total rate of return. All these are 10, so it's a small cap, small cap. So I just picked the oldest one from here. The oldest one is 2000. So I'm gonna pick this one. Let's see what this doing. Let me see this one. Damn, this one only do 4%. I don't know if I'll mess with this one. This one only doing 4%. Matter of fact, let me back up. This one only doing 4%, man. Shoot. But that's just the deal, man. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And so you will buy these, what I said. IWY. I don't want to hit the trade button, but I don't want to hit the trade button because it's gonna show my account, and I don't, But if you hit the trade button, it's gonna take you through the process of buying the fund, how many shares you want, and let's see. It'll have the requirements. You gotta read the requirements of the fund, how much you need to get into it and whatnot. Portfolio performance, risk, tax, distributions. You probably got to read the prospectus on it. Options, holdings, portfolio performance. Let's see. Yeah, this one right here is doing better than the S&P 500. Of course. Shoot, you probably got to read the prospectus. So to read the prospectus, you pull it up, and it's gonna tell you all the details of it. So this one's got the prospectus is 20% management fees, not 20%, but it's 0.2% management fees. So you got to pay somebody. See, it's telling you on a $10,000 investment, you spend $20 a year on $20 a year on this account. It's got no 12B1 fees. That's good. Typically, usually on index funds and index funds and ETF funds and stuff like that, you usually not gonna get a 12B1 fee, and the fees are gonna be the lowest you ever seen because they're index funds. They're boring, plain Jane, regular, everyday funds. Ain't nothing exciting about them. So, 0.20%. In 10 years, you may spend $250 out of your money to manage. That's just what it is. You got to pay. That's just what it is. That's how these brokerage companies make money. It's just what it is. You can't get around it. So the prospectus just giving you more detail on what this fund is doing. So it looks like, okay, this fund, let's see, Russell Top Index, okay, it's making 13%. I would buy this one. Tell you the truth, I would buy this one. So to get to the prospectus, you click on it right here. It's the prospectus right here. Click on it right there, prospectus, and then bring it up. The prospectus it's got all the details about the fund. It's got all this financial stuff in here. All this boring stuff nobody care about. All this boring stuff. But I mean, it's good reading it. You learn about a lot of stuff. You go through and read it. They got the annual report. Um, got the annual report. It's got all this analytical stock market stuff in here, and so that's just what it is, man. That's what it is. So it's just that easy. So you buy 2 or 3 of these, 1 or 2 of these. You can buy 1, 2, and like I said, you can do this here and put $500 a month in this doggone thing for 10. Let's do what we said, 20 years, and that'd be a nice retirement, man. 400, 500,000, man. Let's say if you did. They pull up the calculator. Pull up the calculator, and you did. Say you did. Say you did 500,000. Say you was able to save 500,000. You put some money in, and the money compounded, and you bought some index funds, some mutual funds, man, and you got ready for retirement. Here you are, 60 years old. You got. It's time to retire. I'm done with trucking. Whatever it is that you done, I'm just done. You throw your hands up. I'm done with trucking, right? 500,000. You go on your account. You log on your account, and on your account you can check them boxes to do dividend payouts. You do dividend payouts, and you will get a dividend payout out of your brokerage account to your checking account every quarter or every time. You can do it monthly, however you want to set it up, okay? And so, you don't want to put more in it than that you took out, because then you be eating into your principal. Then you're going to have no more money. So you want to give yourself a salary, let's say about 8%, right? Hold on, 500,000 I'm sorry. Not divide. 500,000. Shoot. 500,000 times 0.08, right? 0.08 is the same thing as 8%. That'll give you a salary of $40,000 a year. Now, mind you, if you watching my videos, you went and got you a Roth. Okay, you got you a Roth IRA. You went and got you a Roth IRA. You went and got you a Roth 401k. Anything that's Roth. Anything that's a Roth. Okay, so you drawing 8% out of your money. You ain't paying taxes on it, because you listen to my videos. You ain't paying taxes on all that money. Okay, you still paying some taxes, but you ain't paying earned income taxes like 20%, 20-30%, right? And so when you do your taxes, your broker is gonna send you a 1099 or 1098, and then you got to report that income on a Schedule D. I think it's a Schedule D, where you report income from royalties and like stock dividend income or something like that. I forgot what it's called, but I think you report it on the Schedule D. Okay, when you do your taxes, they're gonna send you a 10 something. It's a 1098, 10 something, 1099 or something. You're gonna report this income, okay? And your income, you divide it up by 12. You're gonna do it monthly. That's $3,300 a month, man. I mean, $3,000 a month ain't a whole bunch of money, but when you ain't got $3,000, that means you gotta go and get a job somewhere. Okay, you gotta go get a job somewhere. So you don't want to be 60 years old working at Walmart as a cashier. You don't want to be 60 years old working at Walmart as a greeter. When you go to Walmart, that guy checking your receipt, that guy. Okay, you don't want to be 60 years old working at Wendy's. You don't want to be 60 years old. You just don't want to be 60 years old working nowhere. And so you watching my videos, you ain't gonna be 60 years old working nowhere, because you did what I told you to do and put money back and bought some of these mutual funds and these index funds, and you was ready for retirement. Okay, so you got $3,300 a month coming in plus about $1,000 from Social Security. That's $4,300 a month. I don't know about you. It ain't a whole bunch of money, but you better than a lot of people out here that's struggling and scared and, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You sitting up there 60 years old, got $4,400 a month coming in. That's just what it is, man. That's just what it is. So that's just the straight up truth. The reality of it is, that's just the reality, the truth. That's just the hard, honest truth of it is. That's just what it is. And that's just what it is, man. That's just what it is. The Oracle says dividends. The Oracle says at home doing their thing in regular stocks. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't, like, I have some money in stocks, but I buy stocks for short term goals. Like if I want to buy a new car or something like that. If I want to buy a car, because like right now the stock market is on sale right now. So if you got 5 or 10,000 laying around, hell, get you $5,000 and buy a handful of stocks, man. They on sale. You know they're gonna come back. You know Delta ain't going nowhere. Like Delta's on sale right now, man. A lot of these stocks right now, they're on sale. You can go back 5 or 10 years and see what these companies have done in the last 2-3 years before the corona hit. The only reason that they're down is because of the corona. Once they come out with an antivirus for the corona, these companies gonna be right back in business. That's just common sense. Any fool could figure that out, and so you just do that. You know what I mean? So, Brandon, let me see what y'all talking. Y'all having a whole conversation in here. Brandon from 757. My credit score is 725 at 25. Yeah, I mean that's good to have a high score, but from my experience, having a high score ain't everything, because a lot of times, when you go into a bank to get a loan on something, it's just the same way you look at these mutual funds and these index funds and stuff like that, the same way that a bank gonna look at you and say, hey, yeah, your credit score is high, but you don't have no credit history. You can probably get a few things, but you know what I mean? Like, you need credit history. The history has more weight than the actual score. Like, you can go online and apply for a credit card, and like you probably get a credit card for like $10,000, $5,000. But see, like with me, I have a lot of credit history. My credit score is lower than yours, but I can get $20,000, $30,000 credit cards all day long. You know what I'm saying? And so it a lot of times you need more credit history. Being young at 25, you haven't had no car loans on your credit. You don't have no house on your credit. You haven't shown the credit agencies, you haven't shown the banks that you're worthy of maintaining a certain amount of debt, a certain amount of money, and paying bills. So that's just what it is. So, you can get you some stuff. You can get you a good interest rate on a car probably. But when it comes to like big purchases, like $150,000, $200,000, $400,000 purchases, you still gonna need a cosigner. You still gonna need a cosigner. So that's so this is something you need to work on. And so knowing that information, because I thought credit score was everything too. But the thing is that once you understand the game, you understand the game. So what I suggest you do, get you a credit card, get it open. They'll probably give you about $2,000 or $3,000, maybe $5,000. Every 6 months, you call them and get an increase. and you want to get an increase all the way up to about 40 or 50,000. You want to get that credit card all the way up to 40 to 50,000. Once, it's probably going to take you about 2 years to do it. You call them every 3-6 months and you say, hey, I want to increase. Hey, I want to increase. And once you get that increase up to 20 to 30 to 40,000, you use that card and you paying it off. You use it, pay it off, use it, pay it off, use it, pay it off. Now you're going to get the credit history on your credit. Now your credit history is going to show that you have a credit card with a $30,000, $40,000 limit. From there on, you're going to be able to get credit cards in your name, 40, 50,000, no problem. And that's the game. And see, you know, you get about 2 or 3 of them, and you can get all the credit you want. You know what I mean? And so that's the game. That's the game. You know, and so, but that's the game when it comes to credit. You know. Let me see. Brandon 757, stop investing. I stopped investing until I paid my truck off. Then I'm going back to $250 a week. Yeah, it's all good. You just got to do what you got to do. Trucker 202 said, Brandon, you don't understand time versus compound interest. Listen to 404 and start. That's right, man. Time is the most. Time, when we talk about compound interest, I don't want to get too technical on y'all, but when you talk about compound interest, when you got that E to the nth, that E to the nth, that's time. And so, like, when I say E to the nth, that's exponents. When you in calculus, they got it's exponents. Time is the most important thing when it comes to compound interest, because you got E to the nth, and like that nth is man, it's just compounding. And with time, every time your dollar make a dollar, more time that you got for that dollar to make another dollar, and that dollar to make another dollar, and the dollar to make a dollar, you're gonna make more money. And so, and you know, every time I bump into a young person, you know, I try to tell them to invest, because you can't wait till you 40 and start investing. It's too late. I mean, it ain't too late. You still got a little bit of time. But if you would have started like 10, 20 years further back, you would be a lot richer just because you got time. And let me show y'all. Hold on. Let me show y'all when it comes to time. Let me move that over here. Okay, so when it comes to time, like, time is so doggone ridiculous. So you see how right here, if you put $500 a month into this at 20 years, you get 432,000. But look what happens if, as soon as you do 30 years. I'm gonna bump this up to 30 years. Okay, let's do 30 years. Matter of fact, to make my point, I'm gonna do 40 years. Because if you do 40 years, it ain't gonna be 800,000. It's gonna be closer to like 1.5 million. Okay, let me show you. Because this is supposed to be double, right? Because 20, if you do 20 plus 20 is 40. That's double. But if you think about it, it's supposed to be, if we doing double the amount, well, double the amount of time, then it should be 800,000. No, that ain't how it works. With compound interest, it's gonna be like 4 times or 5 times. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? In 40 years. See how that number? So like, it's time is real important. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you wanna put something in retirement is great, but because see, the thing is, when we're young, we're not thinking about this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're not thinking about this kind of stuff. And so let me back this down to 30 years. Like look, if you think about 30 years, just 10 more years, you would have almost twice as much money. Wait a minute. Hold on. 408. Yeah, it's like 3 times as much money with 10 more years. Just 10 more extra years. Just 10 more extra years. You get 3 times the doggone money. Okay? And then just with double, if you do double the amount of years, it's I can't even. What is that? 4 million divided by 400,000. That's like like 8 times the money. 4 million. So this 4 million divide. What was our number? 400 and like 60,000 or something like that. Hold on, let me move the calculator over here. My bad. Move it over here. So that's 4 million divided by 400,000. That's 8 times. I was close. Yeah, that's about 8 times the money. Just doubling down on the time. And so if you young right now, don't worry about paying that truck off, dog. Because when you get to 40, 50, 60 years old, you can buy thousands of trucks with this kind of money. Don't wait. Don't wait. This a $4 million conversation we having here. Like I wish I had somebody in my family at 18, 25 years old telling me, "Hey man, you need to put in your 401k right now. Put in your 401k right now." I was busy doing dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? But because time, yeah, time is a beast, man. That compound interest ain't no joke. I get excited about that stuff when you talk about that compound interest, man. Shoot. So I wouldn't be worrying about paying off no truck. I know Dave Ramsey says pay off debt first, pay off, but I don't know, man. From where I come from, man, even if I'm half wrong, I'll be better than how all the elders in my family ain't got 4 million in the bank. Okay, none of my elders got not even 100,000 in the bank, not even 50,000. None of my elders, and so my uncles, my aunties, I probably got maybe 2 siblings that done all right with money. Out of 6 kids. And I'm not trying to crack on nobody. I'm not trying to put nobody down. I'm just trying to make a point is that sometimes you gotta know how to use your sense and like take things with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? So where we at? We at an hour. Yeah, I think I did good on this video, man. I did good on it. You know. Um, you know. The Oracle says I shop like that too. How old is as old as you can get, man. As old as you can get. I mean, I've seen mutual funds. I mean, if you go through here, if you shop around and keep looking, man, you can find some in there like, I mean, you can find some in there back to 1920s, man. 1920s, well, you can't go back that far because the stock market wasn't even around 1920s. But 1930s, 1940s. Um, you know, what do you think about starting and startup businesses? I mean, that's cool and everything, but I'm not gonna make a video like that because there's a lot of risk involved. Okay, I can't make a video. I can't come on here and make a video saying, "Hey, put your money over this," when I can't really give a good. I can't forecast it that good. I don't have nothing to justify it, doing it. So, you know, if you're gonna invest in a startup, it ain't no different than any other kind of investment. So if you're gonna invest in a startup, well, what you got to do is you got to go to the startup and you got to look at the income statement. You got to look at the balance sheet of the startup and look at what how the company been performing, and look at the cash and how much cash they got on hand, and look at the employees and look at their inventory or whatever kind of startup it is, and look at the market, the market, the American marketplace, and see, okay, is this company a good company to invest in? Are they gonna be around in the next 20 years? And so it's just using that common sense. But any kind of investment is cool. It's just you got to use your common sense, just like anything else. When you go to the grocery store to buy some milk, what are you looking for? Is a good deal. When you buying gas to put in your car, you're looking for a good deal to fill up your car. You know, when you buying a house, buying shoes or a car, whatever you're looking for a good deal. And so you got to treat everything else, you know, you trying to find a good deal. And so you don't want to just throw your money at any damn thing. You want it to make sense, and you want to get a good rate of return on it. And so if you ask me, pinpoint blank, is small startup businesses a good investment? I don't know. You know, I can't tell guys, my audience, guys who, I can't make a video saying, because I'm putting up a lot of risk making a video like this, because somebody can make a video, I can make this video and somebody can go and open up a broker's account and get an IRA and not do it right, but then come after me and blame me. Oh, 404, man, I did what you said, man, and I lost all my money. And then they want to come after me and sue me. So in order to protect myself, I got to make sure I'm telling folks good, sound, reasonable information. I can't tell folk to go and invest in a risky situation like a startup, because somebody will go out there. I tell somebody, man, go out there and invest in startups, okay? And then they go out there and invest in the startup, then they fall flat on their face, they lose all their money, and then they want to come after me and sue me and all this stuff because they watched my video. No. I can't do that. I can't make videos like that. So I gotta make a video that's sound, reasonable, that's trusted, tested, that's got, it's, you know, it's tested. It's real information right here that we can look at. We can look at all these graphs on here. We got all these numbers. We got this information right here that can tell us, okay. And so in order for me to come on here and make a video like this, people are trusting me to give them information on stuff. And so this is enough information, investment advice that I can give. Now, you know, I didn't do a disclaimer at the beginning of this video. I should have did a disclaimer. However, at the same time, it's like this information, if you go on here, like, it's just basic information, you know. So, you know, I didn't, you know, so it's just one of them things. So, like, no, I tell you the truth, man, I can't really come on here and do that to folk. So that's just, you know, the honest response on that, you know. What app you have there? I came a little late. It's all good. You can catch it on the replay, because when I stop the stream, you can go back and replay it. You know, I was just talking, you know, this video, all my videos are general. You know, the last couple videos, these are general videos in a general way. You know, you can get started, and just to show guys it's not that complicated to get an investment, a retirement program together. It's not that complicated. You don't have to have a PhD, a master's degree in finance, a master's degree in economics and all that. No, it's just using common sense, looking at and say, okay, I'm gonna buy this one. This one give me the best rate of return, got the highest number. Boom, put my money in there, and just pass the time away. And you can just feel comfortable knowing that you're going in retirement, knowing that you're gonna have $500,000, $1 million in retirement, and you're gonna be good. You know what I mean? You can retire and just take a good deep breath and be like, No stress, man. I'm 60. Take a draw, 50, 60,000. I'm good. You know, old man, I got 50, 60,000 coming in. I'm good. You know, got a couple paid for cars. You know, I can pay my mortgage. You can spend time with your grandbabies, and you can die with some dignity, man. It's just, you know, you can just die, you know, with honor. You can die with dignity. You know what I mean? And so, you lived a great life. You work hard, and you saved, and you just did good with money. That's just what it is, you know. Brandon says, "Is it worth getting your authority?" Is it worth getting your authority? I mean, if you got the capital, it's worth it. Any business is worth it if you got the capital, because it's gonna be a while before you make a profit. It's gonna take 2 to 3 years to turn a profit. You know, in trucking, you can turn a profit a little bit quicker, but the thing is, you need the capital. And so, I mean, if you got 20,000 and you want to go get a truck, I don't know. I think you need a little bit more money than that, because you know, if your truck break down and you don't know nothing about mechanical, you don't know how to work on nothing, you don't have tools, and you don't have a mechanical background, you're not mechanically inclined, and so your truck can break down the side of the road, and you know the shop can charge you $5,000 to fix something when you could have just fixed it for yourself for $1,000. And so that is it's just a lot of things that go into it. You buying a truck, you owning the truck, and so it's just like buying a house or a car. You owning this, and it's yours, and so you going out here, like, do you have the capital? Do you have the capital? And so that's just, do you have the capital to start a business? Because trucking ain't no different than any other business. And so if you want to start a barbershop business or any kind of business out there, you're going to need some capital. And so that's just what it is. And so, but hey, I think I talked long enough. I think I put enough information out there. I covered what I wanted to cover. I just wanted to make sure I covered, guys. Because the first video I was all over the place, but this video is targeted to a specific group of guys that's like, all in their head. They overthinking it. Oh, it's complicated. It ain't that complicated, man. So I be talking to guys, and like, I just want to get them started on the right foot. And then once you buy your first one and you got 10,000 in there, you got 15,000, and you seeing how the money growing, and before you know it, you branch off and do other things. Before you know it, you run off and get you a rental property. You go and get you a 4-unit apartment building. You go and get you a duplex or something like that, man. And before you know it, I mean, you doing big things, and so that's just the deal. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, I think I'm gonna shut it down right here. I think I'm gonna shut it down, and I just want to do this video for y'all. But I appreciate y'all watching my videos, man.